Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to do my own version of clean makeup. As you can see, my face is relatively okay, but for the most part, I have a lot of scars and acne marks. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. For primer today, I am going to be using this Aleph Mattifying Primer, if it focuses. This primer I purchased from iHerb like a couple of years ago. It is mattifying, but it leaves a little bit of sheen and luminosity to the skin. And I like to really work this into my skin. It feels moisturizing. As you can see, it did mattify my skin a little bit, but still you can see a little bit of glow. To add more glow, I'm going to use this Kevin Kwan Celestial, what is this called? Liquid lighting. So I have been using this for a while. I think this is a good alternative for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood filter because it has a little bit of tint. It does not give a lot of coverage. There's so many makeup that is coming out this year specifically for base makeup. I'm not really interested into purchasing any at the moment because in the past 2 years I've been trying to concise my makeup, so I'm basically just using what I've got. For base, I know NARS recently came out with their light reflecting foundation, if that's what it's called, but I am going to use this Radiant Longwear foundation. I am in the shade Valencia. Now this is a little bit dark on my skin at the moment because my summer tan has faded. So this one right here is great for my oily skin because it gives a lot of coverage, but at the same time it does not give me that lifeless matte finish. I would say this has a natural finish. And I like to apply a little bit because this can be so intense when it comes to coverage. And I like to use a brush so I can really work it in. It kind of matches my skin, my neck. So that's pretty good. I normally just use one shade of foundation all year round because I don't like to waste product. And so far I have been loving this foundation recently. I'm almost halfway through the bottle. Light layer is fine, but because I do have a lot of redness around the cheek area and I have a scar on here, I'm gonna add a little bit more. I go through phases where I would use a glowy concealer, a full coverage, but for the most part, I have been liking this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. This is full coverage, but I really like how it fades throughout the day because it sort of makes my under eye a little bit dry if I don't prep it properly, but if I do, it does not crease. It's so smooth underneath the eyes and it gives me enough coverage because as you can see, I have a lot of like very orange purple dark circle. I like to blend my concealer with a brush first and then go over with a sponge because I feel like the sponge takes away the excess product and also it pushes the product in, so it does not disturb the foundation, as well as it creates a seamless blend between the foundation and the concealer. It gives me a little bit of a gray cast, but if I do blend it with my foundation, it looks pretty good. And as you can see, it does not crease. Normally if I put in a concealer, it would crease on me straight away. To set my under eye, I actually use this NARS loose powder. This is the light reflecting powder. I like to use a small brush to tap it underneath the eyes. This powder is great because it will set the under eyes, but it does not make it look so heavy and cakey and aged. And it adds a little bit of light reflection, so it will make my under eye look healthy. For my bronzer slash contour, so this one right here is a New Zealand clean beauty brand, and this is Aleph Beauty. I'm using their cheek slash lip tint in the shade Terra. So this is like a nice brown red shade which I actually like to use to bronze and kind of contour and blush at the same time. It's honestly all in one. So if I'm feeling a little bit lazy, I would just use this one product. I like to use a stippling brush, and this one right here is MAC 130 brush. And I sort of like to put it in my cheeks to act as a blush as well. For cream blush, I'm still using to this day the Juice Beauty Last Looks Cream Blush in the shade Flush, and this is what it looks like. I did manage to dent this brush. On a lazy day, I can get away with looking just like this, so this could pass as my very clean everyday look. So to set my face, I'm going to use this Too Faced Peach Perfect loose powder. I have a lot of loose powders, so whenever a product comes out, I don't really buy them, or I'm not interested in buying because I have really oily skin. For me, loose powder works best. So I kind of just set over the areas that are mainly oily. To make sure that the pigment of the bronzer is still intact throughout the day, I am going to set that bronzer contour with this Fenty Beauty bronzer, and this one is in the shade Bajan Gyal. And this is a little bit golden. I really want to set that bronzer so it will last me throughout the day. So for bronzers, usually I kind of just go over with my whole face to give me this nice bronzy glow. And for blush, oh my gosh, another NARS blush, and this one is in the shade Amour. I really like this because it's like that pink blush. It's honestly so beautiful if you are going to rock a no makeup look, because it just creates a nice healthy look. As you can see, I like to put this on top of my cheek just like that. And it's so pretty. I'm not very a blush person before, but recently I have been loving blush and I actually quite like it. And I like how fresh and youthful it looks. And for the highlighter, I'm going to use another product from NARS, and this is the Dual Intensity Blush, and this one is in the shade Frenzy. I'm only going to use this side right here as my highlighter. I think this product is discontinued. This is probably like one of the very well loved used and abused product that I have from NARS. So unfortunately, NARS is no longer cruelty free, but I have a lot of product from NARS before they announced that they aren't cruelty free anymore, and I honestly swear by their complexion products because everything just flows and goes together. It creates this beautiful like real life filter. It looks great in both camera and in real life. It honestly does not look cakey, and it just blends and goes together. Like, I'm gonna go up close. And there's like no caking at all. And my skin looks so healthy. Now I have a lot of texture, but in real life on camera, where are they? They are nowhere to be found. Alright, so we are going to move on to the eyes. So the eyes is nothing special. I will do my brows once we've done the eyeshadow, but I'm going to do that off camera because brows, I mainly use just a brow pencil and then the Kosas brow gel. So this one right here is a palette from Colourpop. So these are a mixture of the old collections that they have, so you might recognize some shades, but this is 3 palettes all together. So I have the Bretman Rock collection, the blue and the reds, and also the Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette is here. Basically, these are all the Colourpop eyeshadows that I've what would you call it, like depotted, because this is a clean look. We're not gonna do like a super dramatic eye look. So I'm going to start with this one right here for my transition shade. This is just gonna be like a nice shadow base that I'm going to put down. So for the eyes, I'm going to try and make everything matte. And Colourpop eyeshadows are really good. The only thing I don't like about Colourpop is that they come out with products like you would change your clothes. Every second, I feel like they have new collection here and there. So it's hard to keep up. And sometimes the colors are somewhat similar. So I stopped buying Colourpop. I love their formula. I love their price. It's just not my thing anymore, keeping up with trends and new products. I'm trying to be more sustainable and just use what I have. So that's why I kind of stopped filming as well, because like I got nothing new to show you guys, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit boring if I just use the same product. But hey, I think we can create and work with that. I am going to use a smudger brush and maybe dip in this darker shade in here and kind of just put that on my lash line and smudge it out like a wing liner, like so. And for the lower lash line, I'm just going to use what we used initially. And I think I want to go a little bit deeper, so we are going to use the shade here, just a tiny bit on the outer V. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to use this beautiful shade right here. It's like a peachy gold shade. Look how nice and glowy and just natural it looks. So I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows and put some mascara on, and we will do the lips. So for brows, I use the MAC eyebrow styler, and this one is in the shade Stud. And to set that, I just use the Kosas Airbrow. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. And for mascara, I use the Essence Double Trouble mascara. It's so cheap, it's so great, and look how it made my lashes look fluttery and natural. So for the lips, I am going to start by lining my lips with this Marc Jacobs lip liner in Nudist. I don't know if Marc Jacobs is still a thing anymore. I remember I used to love their Remarkable foundation. It's honestly so full coverage, like extremely full coverage. But it lasts throughout the day, and I feel like I could compare it to the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Somehow it was water resistant, because when I went to Philippines, I wear that foundation every single day. It did not fade, it did not smudge, it did not like break apart on my face. And you know, Philippines is hot. It's very humid. So for that foundation to withstand the humidity, I approve. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued. I don't think you can buy Marc Jacobs anymore. Maybe in America, but not in New Zealand. So for lipstick, I am going to use this XO Beauty matte lipstick, and this one is in the shade Deja Vu. So this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna pat that on my lips, and then I'm going to smudge that using my finger, because I just want like a smidge of color. Put a little bit of gloss back to the lips. I'm going to use this Kosas Sport lip balm, and this one is in the shade Rush. It's a little bit more deeper and rosier than the XO Beauty. It doesn't give a lot of pigment, and I love this because it adds a little bit of hydration as well as a little bit of gloss into the lips. To make everything last on my oily skin, I really love this Skindinavia makeup finishing spray, and this one is the bridal version. I honestly like this because it makes everything sweat proof. So it's great if you have oily skin because there's less sweat that's gonna come out when you use this makeup spray. And here is my version of clean makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do apologize if I'm a little bit rusty because, again, it's been years since I have recorded myself talking to the camera, but I really do love makeup. The only reason why I stopped, it's because of the pandemic, as well as just a lot of makeup products that are coming out left and right. I feel like I do have a decent enough collection for me to be able to go through and create different looks. So if you want more looks, it could be like an everyday look like this, it could be like something to do with base, easy makeup look, just let me know and I will catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye.